What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Apex Legends mobile video. In today's video, ladies and gents, we've got the top 5 best legends slash characters in the game. I'm here to tell you why they're the best and why you should use them. To start off, I just want to let you guys know that every single legend in the game is good on its own. Every single legend is good. It just depends what you or the players want to play. It's a personal preference, so I'm going to give you my top 5 and why I think they're the best. Number 5, in no particular order, we have Bloodhound. Bloodhound is pretty much the tracker of the game. He's got a vision, you know what I mean? He's got wall hacks, put it that way if you want to. Every single legend has 3 abilities. Number 1 is passive. Bloodhound's passive is being the tracker. Upon running across the map, you see footsteps all across the map. If there was any enemy nearby, so you'll see all the freaking footsteps. You can follow them. You can literally find people super easy, and that's why he's a tracker. His second ability is tactical, also known as the Eye of All-Father. What it does pretty much allows you to scan straight ahead of you wherever you're facing. Any enemy nearby will be scanned, even if they're across the wall, across the tree, across anything. No matter what, Bloodhound can scan anything. And his third ability is the ultimate. Every legend has an ultimate, and here's one in particular is the Beast of the Hunt. What the ultimate does pretty much activates your X-ray vision. Everything turns black and white, but the enemies are turned red, so it's super easy to find enemies. All the footsteps on the ground turn red as well, so pretty much you can see everything anywhere anytime there's anybody ahead of you. And most importantly, his movement speed increases enormously, man, so you're very fast. Bloodhound is the fastest legend in the game upon using his ultimate, so that's why he's definitely one of the best, because you know where the people are, you're pretty fast, and most importantly, you'll never be bored of him because you'll always have footsteps ahead of you. And that, ladies and gents, was Bloodhound. Number 4, we have Raze. Raze is by far one of the most popular legends in the game. Everybody knows her pretty much, and if you don't know her, you're about to. Her passive is Hear Voices, also known as Voices from the Void. What that means is that every time there's an enemy aiming at you, you'll always hear voices, you know, in the game, and that's all it is really, you know what I mean? Every time somebody aims at you or there's enemies nearby or anything like that, some voices randomly start, you know, just telling you this. Her tactical is Into Void. What that allows her to do, or the player, is get into like a little phase slash ghost mode pretty much. Upon using it, you pretty much go invisible and nobody can hit you. But ladies and gents, it doesn't just end there. People can see a little trail following you, so obviously Void is really good to get out of situations when you're in a fight, or when, you know, just gotta get out and heal or hide or anything like that. But don't forget that people can track you pretty easy. But her ability is mostly playing aggressive, so that's why Void is pretty good, because you can go ahead and scout and always find enemies and then just go back straight to your team. Don't forget that this is also you know, a team-based game, so you have to always stick to your teammates. And her third ability is the ultimate. It's also known as the Dimensional Rift. What it allows you to do is create a portal from one side to another. Pretty self-explanatory. It's easy to rotate, you know, just move with your teammates. And one of the tips of how long that portal lasts is obviously 60 seconds, so it doesn't last forever, so you have to make the best use out of the portal. And another pro tip is, if a teammate, you know, gets knocked down in the open, you can easily start a portal somewhere and, you know, just transfer him to somewhere safe. That will allow you to, you know, just recover and just get, you know, back into the game. You can also Void while doing this. So that was Raze. She's a pretty aggressive character and also a lifesaver. Number 3, we have Mirage. Mirage is pretty much a legend that starts clones, and that's pretty much, you know, self-explanatory. He can create clones. His passive is pretty simple. If a teammate goes down and you start to revive him, he actually goes invisible alongside a teammate, so the enemies get bamboozled and they cannot see you, they can't find you, and that's why Mirage is a lifesaver. He's one of the best solo queue characters. Next up, we have the tactical, also known as the Psych Out. What it allows you to do is send pretty much a holographic, you know, decoy across anywhere you're aiming. You can confuse enemies. It could actually help you out in very close proximity fights, because obviously, you know, the enemy has to fight pretty much 2 decoys and only one of you guys is real. Next up, we have his ultimate. Mirage has one of the best and most fun ultimates in the game. He creates about 5 decoys, so you could pretty much imagine that, like, if you're in front of an enemy team or anything like that, they're going to be shooting your clones more than likely, man. Decoys, whatever you want to call them. Clones is way easier, and that's pretty much all it is. Whatever the clones, you know, do is pretty much what you're doing, so whatever movements you take or whatever you go, they'll split up and go their own way and obviously repeat what you're doing. That's why it's super OP, because new players do not even understand, or, you know, who the real player is. So that's why Mirage is one of the best characters in the game right now. I would put him on number 1, but like I said, there's no like tier list to this. This is pretty much like the most equal best legends for you guys, and it's a personal preference. And for those wondering, yes, he's an aggressive character, but also, like, you know, a passive aggressive character, so it's not that aggressive, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't say he's also a competitive character either, but he's definitely a fun character. Number 2, ladies and gents, it is Octane. He's one of the fastest fastest characters in the game, the most aggressive, you know, fragger of the game as well. Octane's tactical ability is to slim. What that allows you to do is pretty much boost you for a few seconds, so you're running pretty much faster than you usually would by like 2 times, so you're pretty much extremely fast. It's hard to hit you, and most importantly, your movement is ridiculous, man. But there's also a con to it, is that your health goes down every time you stim, so you're pretty much, you know, taking a shot for yourself, and in return you're getting faster. So it's like taking a bullet for yourself, you know what I mean? Put it that way. And that's when his passive comes in, which allows you to swift mend. If you don't have any medkits, don't even worry about it, because you will heal automatically on your own, and it's not as fast as you thought you would, but it does get the job done. And that's pretty much Octane's ability when he's fast. His ultimate is one of the most popular and most fun things in the game. It's known as the jump pad, and upon touching it or even going near it, you jump very high. You also have a double jump feature, which allows you to go to any direction you want to, and that's pretty much Octane. Before we get into the number 1 mention, I just want to give you guys a special mention on this top 5. Technically a top 6, I guess, you know what I mean, but we'll put it in the list anyways. Lifeline. She's one of the, you know, best characters for beginners. That's why I'm putting it in here, because, you know, you're more than likely going to get shot at because it's a shooter game, and you always need to heal, and, you know, bandages, you know, medkits, all that stuff, they might not be in the games all the time, you know what I mean? Instead of looking for them, what Lifeline allows you to do is heal. She's pretty much the healer of the game. Her passive ability allows you to revive your teammates straight away with an automatic drone, so you don't even waste time on it. It's also unlimited cooldowns, so whenever your teammate goes down, boom, just go next to him, tap the button, that's it, he's instantly reviving. And it also has a blue shield which covers you, but of course the enemies can actually destroy that shield, if not go all the way around the shield and just kill the enemy. So you gotta, you know, protect your teammates every time you use that shield. And as of Apex Legends on PC, they actually removed the shield because it's super OP, so I don't know by the time of this video being recorded if that's on the game or not. A tactical ability allows her to put a drone, and what that drone does is heal you or anyone nearby. So you could all just, you know, free stack as a team and just sit there and get, you know, healed by a drone. Simple as. So nobody wastes any, you know, medkits or syringes. And her ultimate ability is the care package. It pretty much drops you know, an airdrop, and it has loot in there. The loot is medkits, you know, shields, all the stuff that you need to heal, and that's all it is. She's pretty much the doctor, and that's why she's one of the best for beginners, because, you know, for beginners, when you're learning, it's also good to, you know, learn the basics, and that's when Lifeline comes in. Number 1 legend, we have Gibraltar, also known as Gibby. He's the best character in Apex Legends throughout all the platforms. What team he's in, there's always one person that runs his character, because he's literally the best. You'll know why. Let's start off from his passive. He's got a gun shield. Every time you scope in or ADS with your gun, your character has a little shield in front of him, which is obviously good because it gives you that extra HP, you know what I mean? It's a little cover, so you can literally peek enemies all the time. If they shoot you, guess what? You don't actually die straight away because you got that shield giving you that extra cover. His tactical allows you to pretty much spawn a dome, also known as a big shield. Yeah, nobody can shoot anything through that dome. You want to throw nades at it? Too bad, because it won't go through anyways. Somebody throws an ultimate at you, guess what? Nothing's going to happen because the shield protects you. So being inside that shield, it gives you that insane protection, hence why he's so good. Not only does he protect himself with a shield, he protects his teammates with a big dome. And his ultimate is pretty much one of the best ultimates in the game, as it allows you to throw a little grenade in the ground, and what it does, it calls in an airstrike from the sky. And yeah, it has a lot of damage. It can knock down pretty much the entire area if there's a lot of people in it, and hence why he's one of the best, you know, legends in the game. And that's when domes come in through, because that dome also gives you protection against that. So that's why everybody runs Gibby in every team. He's literally a must-have character. So I would say he's definitely one of the best, if not the best, beginner guide legend. But ladies and gents, let me know in your comment section down below what your top 5 is, and did you guys enjoy my list? Did it make sense? I'm pretty noob at these, you know, tips and tricks things, because I've never done that before, but I really do hope you guys, you know, are learning some things. Let me know in the comment section down below if you learned something. I would appreciate it for some feedback. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub and drop a like if you want to. You don't even have to. Other than that, appreciate everybody, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.